Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to take a look at a platform called Edugradus. And its whole goal is pretty simple, but, really ambitious. It wants to build a direct bridge for anyone, anywhere in the world who wants to work, study, or even invest in Brazil.
So let's just start with a really direct question. Have you ever thought about Brazil for your next big career move, or maybe a new investment, or even for university? I bet for a lot of you listening, the answer is a big yes.
I mean, Brazil is an absolute powerhouse, right? It's this massive market that's just bursting with potential. But let's be real, breaking in isn't always so simple. It has its own unique set of challenges, some pretty big hurdles that can stop even the most motivated people dead in their tracks. And this is where the frustration kicks in. You're trying to grow your career, but bam, you hit this massive wall of bureaucracy. You want to learn new skills, but you're up against these really rigid, inflexible systems. Or you need your academic credits recognized, but the language barrier just feels impossible. It's this cycle that can feel pretty defeating. But what if? What if there was a way to just bypass all of that? Imagine a bridge built specifically to connect your ambition straight to the opportunity without all that usual headache and friction. Well, that's the idea we're digging into today. So what exactly is this bridge? It's called Edugradus, and probably the best way to think about it is as your own personal digital pathway into Brazil. At its heart, it's an online learning platform with Brazilian courses and content. But here's the key. It's all tailored for a global audience in both Spanish and English. So who's this really for? Well, maybe you're a student who's been dreaming about studying in Brazil, or you could be a professional who's been keeping an eye on that dynamic market. Or hey, maybe you just want to add a seriously powerful and internationally relevant credential to your resume. If any of that sounds like you, then this platform was literally built for you. Okay, so if you can see yourself in that group, the next logical question is, how does it all work? Well, they've laid it all out as a really clear 5-step journey, and it's designed to take you right from the moment you subscribe all the way to a real career boost. The whole process is actually refreshingly simple. First, you subscribe, which gives you full access to everything. Then you get to the fun part. You choose the courses that actually line up with your goals. You study completely at your own pace, on your schedule. When you're done, you get these digital certificates. And all of that leads to the final step, using these new credentials to really build and advance your career. And this quote right here, it just perfectly sums up the entire philosophy behind the platform. Adapt your studies to your routine, not the other way around. It's all about making education flexible and putting you, the learner, in the driver's seat. But look, flexibility is only half of the puzzle, right? What about credibility? Because that's what really matters. And this is where things get really, really interesting. Let's talk about their official university partnership, because this is the secret sauce to building an academic trajectory that people actually take seriously. To make sure that their certificates carried real weight, Edugradus did something absolutely critical. They went out and formed an official educational alliance with a fully accredited university right there in Brazil. And that partner is FASPEC, Faculdade Pelagino Cipriani. Now, this is a duly accredited Brazilian higher education institution. What that means in plain English is that they have the official authority to look at your coursework and evaluate it for academic credit. This helps to streamline a process that, for most people, is just a total bureaucratic nightmare. So what does this actually mean for you? It means that as you finish courses on Edugradus, you're building what they call a documented educational trajectory. Your certificates and your learning records, they aren't just for show. They are real documents you can submit for an official academic evaluation at FASPEC. Now, this is super important, and we've got to be crystal clear about it for the sake of transparency. The final call on whether or not to grant credit rests exclusively with the university. Edugradus creates the pathway and facilitates the process, but FASPEC has the final say. All right, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's talk about the practical stuff. The subscription, how much it costs, and exactly what you get for your money. The platform runs on a really straightforward monthly subscription. It's $24 a month for full access, and it's clearly designed to be a really accessible price point, especially when you think about the kind of career and academic doors it could potentially open up for you. So for that $24, you unlock 60 hours of study material every single month. And here's something that's incredibly useful for busy professionals. Any hours you don't use can actually roll over and accumulate for up to 90 days, so you never have to stress about losing out if you have a really crazy week at work. So let's just do a quick recap of what's included. You get nonstop online access to every single course, including all the new ones they add later. You get those digital certificates for all your hard work, and, this is a huge one, you have the complete freedom to cancel at any time. No long-term contracts, no bureaucracy, no hoops to jump through. You are always in control.
And all of this brings us right back to that first question we asked. Now that you've seen how this platform is designed to tear down the biggest barriers, is Brazil your future? It's time to think about your next move.
You know, this quote just nails the entire value proposition we've been talking about. It's all about exchanging years of bureaucracy for a flexible, accessible, and internationally recognized journey. It perfectly connects the problem we started with to the solution they're offering. And that's where we're going to end this explainer. The bridge has been built, the pathway's there, it's clear. So the only question that's really left is the one for you. Is Brazil your next move?